Forsythe now onto the main straightaway, and Nick Finoro has the white flag. 2.5 miles, one more lap to go. If he completes it out in front, he will win his first ever Indycar race as the man from Milan heads down to the first turn.
Well, it definitely looks like he's going to win it. He's closing up on the back of Big Al there, and probably could very easily go by him if he wanted to, but he's using his head, staying back. He knows pretty much where Al Jr. is at, and knows there's no alarm. He only has one lap to go, so he's certainly not taking any chance at this point. Driving a very, very smart race.
A nice, an easy, a smart race for Forsythe. Al Unser Sr. out in front of him, down off the leader, Serio. Teo has one more turn now, and he will be the winner of the Pocono 500. The legend of '83 continues. 6 different races, 6 different winners. The last turn for Teo. The crowd cheers. His engine roars. The checkered flag flies, and the School Bandit, Forsythe, number 33, the Forsythe Southern car, has won the Pocono 500. There goes little Al in second place. So rookies finishing first and second here at Pocono. Forsythe waves to the crowd. Little Al right behind him on the course, finishes in second.
And ready, so unless things really fall apart for Teo here in the late stages, he's going to win this race. He crosses the line.
Something's happened to Forsythe. He just pulled down low on the inside. Unless he's letting the slower cars go by and not taking a chance. Well, that was very possible.
Yeah, it could be, because he did see the white flag displayed by Nick Finoro, the official starter for CART, and it could be that he knew he was 40 seconds ahead, didn't want to contend with those other cars, and so he just pulled down and let them by. We'll see, though, here as he goes into the final lap.
I think that's what he did, guys. It looked like he just pulled down and let him go so he wouldn't have to. I don't know, though.
Well,
he's not running all that quick.
He doesn't appear to be running as quickly as he was earlier, but don't forget he's only got about a half a lap to go before victory is his. That's about a 37-second lead now.
He'll get to a point. Now here's one of those real exciting corners on the racetrack. He'll get to a point as he goes through madness where he can almost coast home very gingerly. He's got a couple cars spun.
2 cars spun. He missed them all right.
Well, maybe
Rick Mears and Roger Mears both evidently got together here.
Maybe he sensed something, and that's the reason he slowed down to stay behind those 2 cars, because had he been up to speed and closer to those guys, he may have T-boned both of them.
Shades of A.J. Foyt winning the 1967 Indianapolis 500 when he said, I came around turn number 4 and something just told me to slow down.
Yep. So he has now moved through the chute and is headed for the carousel, and now just a few more yards really away from victory here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. He is in the carousel.
He's got it made now. He can coast to the finish.
Out of it, out of turn number 15, onto the straightaway, and double checkered flags displayed for Forsythe from Milan, Italy, the winner of the Escort Radar Warning 200 from Mid-Ohio, and he becomes the 2nd repeat winner on the CART PPG Indycar World Series for this year. He had a victory at Pocono and now on the road course here at Mid-Ohio.
And I suppose that he would have expected the road course victory to come first.
Looks like Al's very secure right now. The white flag flies for Forsythe. Just under a mile to go now. And Fabi will have done everything necessary to win the national championship. Sat on the pole, led the most laps, on his way to victory at the race, but by the nature of the 4th place position that Al Unser currently occupies, Al Unser will win a national driving title. Here is car 33, the School Bandit. Forsythe as he motors his way around Phoenix. On to the main stretch now, and the checkered flag flies. Forsythe is the winner. Sliding his way to the line, 1 lap down. In 3rd place is Tom Stava, and the celebration begins in the Forsythe pits as here comes Al.
A little bit on Greg Moore. Force him into a mistake. Meanwhile, Moore, just 22 years old, looking for his first career win. Final lap, Moore leads Andretti. 2 corners remain for Michael to try to close up on Moore. Only 22 starts in Moore's resume. Could this be the day for Greg Moore and the players team from Canada? I don't think Michael has enough time. Moore thinks he has it won with his fist in the air. He takes the checkered flag and resets the record as young.
Have the tires. Do they have the stamina and the judgment? strand. How much throttle can... And Gugelmin slows. Blundell bursts into the lead as his teammate slows out of fuel. And now Greg Moore has a decision to make. I could have passed him for second. Can I pass him for my second consecutive lead? Bruce McCaw and the team looking on. It's all in the hands of Mark Blundell.
Only has 2 corners to go.
Blundell in the middle of the racetrack. Defensive position. Michael Andretti doing the same in what is now third place. And Blundell slows. Moore is in the lead. Blundell is out of fuel. And it has all come apart for the PacWest teammates. Victory. Second straight win for Greg Moore. Michael Andretti second. Gilles de Ferran unofficially third. And Jimmy Vasser a near
up. We have had 4 different winners in the first 4 races of the FedEx Championship for 1998. Will we get a 5th in as many races? We're about to find out. 1.8 miles to go for Greg Moore. Final lap.
This is going to be incredible. Because now it's a drag race down to turn 4, and that's the last braking spot. Alex is really going to have to close in under braking here.
Zanardi is renowned for his bonsai moves in the closing moments of races. Is he close enough? There's Mark Blundell moving very slowly, letting the race leaders take the corner first.
He took it in there deep, but I don't think he has enough.
Zanardi back on the throttle, but I don't think he'll do it. Greg Moore, sudden victory, the 3rd of his career. Zanardi second, and the celebration breaks out in the Forsythe Racing pits.
Got a little bit of a break there.
And keep in mind, those guys behind are plenty fast too. 17 cars still in the race of the 28 starters as Jimmy Vasser, winner of the inaugural US 500 2 years ago, brings them to the line, and Zanardi is on the move.
And even with that jump, so look at Zanardi. He drafted him right around the outside.
5 laps to go. 10 miles remaining of 500 at Michigan.
I think Zanardi hit that little extra power button right there.
Could have been. Hit the button that gave him a few extra revs exactly when he needed it. Right up to the 15,000 RPM maximum.
Well, let's see if Scott Pruitt called it and said you do not want to be leading that last lap.
Here comes Vasser up high around his teammate. I've got a button too, Padre. Zanardi and Vasser behind him. It's Pruitt, Moore, Bobby Rahal in there, Richie Hearn,
and look at Greg Moore in the blue car.
Yep.
He's coming right down along Jimmy Vasser.
Close.
And let's not forget, Scott Pruitt's been in this position before. And smoke out of Jimmy Vasser. Smoke on the right side of Jimmy Vasser.
That's Pruitt just behind. That's Zanardi's car. That is Zanardi in second.
I'm so excited up here. I got the cars wrong. Look at that smoke down there. Zanardi slowing, came down the inside. He wants those points. Is he going to try to nurse it? No, he's going for it.
And there is another very evil-sounding car out there further back in the pack.
And look at this.
Here goes Moore. Moore going for the lead around Jimmy Vasser.
And even over the roar of the engines, you can hear this huge crowd with a giant roar as Moore goes on top.
And here comes Jimmy. He's coming back around the outside.
Pruitt down low for third. Oh, Zanardi has still got his foot in it.
And look at this. This looks like the first lap of the race.
White flag next time by. Vasser and Moore. Zanardi has dropped back a few car lengths. Pruitt has dropped back behind him.
Moore tried to look underneath. Not having it.
It appears that these two men will decide it. White flag for Jimmy Vasser. Zanardi attacking for third. Make that second. Oh, will they go 3 wide? No.
Is this a ploy by Jimmy Vasser to back off a little bit, get Greg Moore's draft, and see if he can snooker him on the last lap? Look at Jimmy coming.
Here comes Zanardi. Does he have the horsepower despite that smoke from the back of the car? Greg Moore draws to a couple of car lengths away, and he will win the US 500. And I believe
Jimmy Vasser hung on for second over his teammate as Alex Zanardi's engine coughs its last.
And I can tell you, Scott Pruitt was right. You don't want to lead the last lap. Greg Moore passed him, and look at that.
The 17th different winner in 19 500-mile race.
And as he comes off the corner, Michael closes. Still, it's going to be a very dicey last lap. I don't think he can do it. 1.9 seconds was the interval across the line as the white flag comes out. There's Michael Andretti in pursuit now. But remember, if the engine would falter at this moment, things could change. Oh, what a great gamble they've taken. And it looks like, in fact, it may pay off. Greg Moore up off of turn 3, now off of 4. Looking at the checkered flag. The gamble pays off. Greg Moore takes his 5th career win. His 4th on an oval. Now we're going to take it back. Second comes grabs 4th. Pappas, Kanaan, Montoya ahead of him. There is Max Pappas with Tony Kanaan just behind him. 2.7 seconds back. About half a straightaway. And then Montoya. Here comes that battle that's been circulating, and look at Adrian Fernandez. He's going to jump into this thing. Carpentier, the blue car just back, is 2 laps behind the lead, not part of the fight.
It'll be really interesting here, Paul, to see if Tracy shuts off the inside for Michael Andretti. See if he tries the low line, trying to take air off Michael's car. The gloves are off now with only 2 laps to go.
Max Pappas is going to see an incredible sight next time around. The white flag will tell him just 2 miles, 1 lap to go. And if he can do it, he becomes the 6th driver to score his first career win in a 500-mile race at Michigan. Now 1 lap to go. Max Pappas is on the final lap for Bobby Rahal. Kanaan crossed the line 3 seconds behind him. Montoya 4 seconds back. Down the back straightaway. Will Max Pappas become the 3rd first-time winner this year? It sure looks that way. He runs out of fuel. He runs out of fuel. Kanaan screams past. Kanaan screams into the lead. Montoya's trying to chase him to the line. Oh, so very close. Montoya jumped low at the line. It looked for a moment there like Pappas was just slowing for the flag, and then he slowed further. And by 32 thousandths, Kanaan takes Montoya, and Pappas has to give it away. Oh, Max Pappas pulls it off onto the grass and down to the end of the pit area, and Tony Kanaan takes the win. What an incredible final lap. Just when we were beginning to sing the praises of Max Pappas, suddenly he slows.
And we talked about what a narrow fuel window he was on. Well, it was 1 corner and 1 straightaway too short. Tony Kanaan, who pitted much later, was able to run full power all the way to the checkered flag.
Oh, for Mad Max, what a day. He had it to the last several hundred yards. And then when the car slowed, Tony Kanaan came flying past and took the win with Montoya pushing Kanaan just as hard as he could. Paul Tracy finished in 3rd, and then Michael Andretti, Dario Franchitti, and Adrian Fernandez. Pappas scored in 2nd.
Can effectively, there goes Jourdain. We talked about that big hole those 2 cars lead. Now Jourdain just slips right through where they're running side by side, leaves a big hole, and they just slip right up to the lead.
Now the key is, where do I want to place myself for this final lap? Probably not the lead.
And the problem hurt us, Scott. He's now got Tracy and Tagliani keeping him from this lead group. I think he's fallen out of it. He's too far back.
Just remember, they're going to be able to draft past you, so let them have it.
Where do you want to be, Paul? What's the answer to the biggest question of the 500-miler?
I'm thinking right now I want to be in 2nd. Tagliani's going to figure into this finish as he runs up there with everybody else.
Last lap.
Oh!
They touched.
Oh, that one was close. So Tagliani comes up there.
Oh! Man, Jourdain almost slid up into Franchitti now. But it's the two teammates helping each other.
And it may be Carpentier looking for his first ever win. Carpentier at the line. Patrick Carpentier takes his first victory.
Wow, that was awesome.
Oh, that's the way to do it, Patrick. The French-Canadian with
this year. Everyone wondered what will happen to Reynard parts. Will the development stop? Will the chassis be a worthy opponent for the Lola? We're down to 4 Reynard chassis in the series as the white flag waves over Patrick Carpentier. One of them, make that 2 of them in the hands of Jerry Forsythe's team. And today, Patrick Carpentier will post a surprising win for the unloved Reynard, as Derek put it earlier in the program. The first victory since the Long Beach race when Michael Andretti won in a Reynard before switching to the Lola.
And a surprising win only because it was an unloved car. Not a surprising win that its players are Forsythe or Patrick Carpentier or Ford Cosworth, because they have been absolutely on the ball all weekend long here. They have shown the speed. He did it in qualifying when it mattered. He put himself on the front row besides the matter. He put himself in a position to challenge, and now here comes the payoff.
With great driving and great pit work and strategy, Patrick Carpentier swings onto the start-finish straightaway for the final time, and the checkered flags wave for the second time in his career in his 97th career CART FedEx Championship Series race.
Don't you just love to see that type of celebration? Every crew member. There's the same line again coming over the top of the hill, but he has had a very good car all day long, and that physically makes it much easier on the driver. Mind you, Tony Kanaan didn't look too bad, did he?
No. But Max Pappas, I thought, did. I'm not sure he didn't have a cold coming in. He sounded hoarse, but he also looked fairly whipped when he got out of the car, and he is very fit.
Yeah, Max was pretty rough earlier.
White flag waves, 1 lap to go around this 2.25 mile 13-turn road course that has definitely taken its toll today, but not on this man. It would appear as Patrick Carpentier has dominated this race from pole position. Call it the best race of his career thus far.
And this is domination. I mean, right from the first practice session on Friday, he has been on top of the charts here. Christian Fittipaldi, you see him top of the screen there. Here's the brake zone where D'Amato went off earlier on, but he has had the measure of sheer speed on the whole field all day long.
Once more through the S's, and the crowd beginning to come to its feet and applaud him as he does so. Up through turn 8 and 9.
Oh, when we go to Montreal in a couple of weeks' time, what a backdrop this is. 2 race wins by the Canadian team, both by this man, Patrick Carpentier.
And he is from Quebec in Canada, so you can imagine what it's going to be like when a French-Canadian comes home to Montreal to race the Champ cars. He's in his contract year. He could not have given more convincing proof that he is one of the heavy hitters in CART. Victory for Patrick Carpentier, his 3rd in his career, the 2nd for the Reynard Ford combination, and he closes to just 27 points behind Cristiano D'Amato for the championship, as D'Amato unofficially will come home in 13th place, 1 spot outside the championship points paying position.
Okay, here's the double.
Perhaps it's appropriate
The white flag there.
that the winningest active driver in the Champ cars should be up there on point when the checkered flag eventually waves over the first race for the Bridgestone Presents the Champ Car World Series here in St. Petersburg.
Mother Vivian.
Long known as a sleepy retirement town, St. Petersburg is very anxious to shake that image. They point out they are the anchor of one of the 15 largest markets in the United States. Part of the high-tech corridor here in Central Florida. They've got Major League Sports, home to a Super Bowl winning football team. Downtown redevelopment, some of the most beautiful beaches and parks along the waterfront you'll find anywhere. And they were very, very anxious to bring Champ Car racing here to help show the world that St. Pete is an entirely new town.
Got wide in 10 again.
Try to give the corner workers a thrill. You know, PT. Once more through 13 and 14, and then on to the front straightaway, and the crowd will come to its feet to welcome home Paul Tracy, winner of the inaugural Grand Prix of St. Petersburg.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Well, look.
And people talk about Paul Tracy and the difference between hero and zero being so small. Remember, early in the race, he was tied up behind Montero for a long time. The old Paul Tracy might have made a desperate move thinking the race was getting away from him, but he didn't, and look where he is.
Now the celebratory donuts, invented by former Champ Car champion Alex Zanardi, who may be looking in Italy, one of the 190-plus countries.
I think there were 2 separate incidents.
White flag for Paul Tracy.
2.3 seconds in hand over Michel Jourdain. Everything coming together for Paul Tracy. With a team that is fully behind him. Last couple years, the Team Cool Green did not have the full support. Very acrimonious. Everyone's rallied around Paul. He's responding. He's in the best race of his best condition of his life. On his bike a lot over the winter. Called me once and said, I've been on my bike so much I've got a hole worn in my backside. Sunday's going for 70-mile rides.
And he said he wondered why he was doing it sometimes when he knew his competitors might be over at the dance club. But it may be paying off now. This is the battle between Fernandez and Junqueira.
PT up there, Tagliani. These guys are having, Johnson Controls, they're having a great run as a new team.
That they are, but right now there are flash bulbs popping in the grandstand as Paul Tracy makes his way around a high-speed victory lap. For the first time in 21 years, one driver will win both of the opening races of the season.
Brilliant.
Paul Tracy wins.
Super Sick. Excellent job. Andale, andale, mama,
Talking to his crew in Spanish is Tracy. There is Jourdain coming alongside. You saw Bobby Rahal clapping and high-fiving the crew. 21st career victory for PT. We'll take a quick
One of the favorite spots to pass down into 9. Got to get a good run off 8 if you're going to try and get it done.
White flag. And now it's about this man, Paul Tracy, who came to these streets of Long Beach, California in 1991 as a rookie. In 93, he picked up his first victory. In 94, he sat on pole but did not win. He did win from 17th place on the starting grid in the year 2000, and now he looks to become the first man to win 3 consecutive races to open the season in 3 consecutive different locations in Champ Car history.
And I said earlier, there's going to be a good test of Paul Tracy's maturity. That one lap on the first stop that they couldn't go as far as Jourdain sealed their fate relative to him. But he took what the race would give him. It was second place until Jourdain had his troubles. Ran as hard as he could, was able to overcome that deficit relative to Fernandez. And this is a really smart victory with a little bit of luck for Paul Tracy.
I can't wait for these interviews after the race. What a day for everyone involved in the 29th Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. Victory to Paul Tracy and the Players Forsythe team.
Puts him even with Mario Andretti at 3 wins here at Long Beach, second only to Al Unser Jr.'s 6.
In the Champ Cars, Mario would be the first to remind you he did win that Formula 1 race by Sebastian Bourdais. So right now there are very, very good championship points available to Bruno Junqueira if he just drives it home in second. We are going to have a great summer of racing here on the Champ Car Series.
Patrick's wife,
last lap pass. Last one. Nice and smooth.
1 lap to go. An enormous contingent of Canadian journalists follow every round of the championship. Follow the exploits of this man, Alex Tagliani, Paul Tracy. All Canadian drivers, sponsored by Players, a tobacco brand in Canada.
Down to 0.77 seconds. There's the dirt.
There's
one
the
more time for Carpentier. And that just shows you when a guy's in a zone like this is a car 750 horsepower. The tires are changing a little bit. The track changes a little bit. Drifts it to within literally an inch of the same spot every single lap.
I mentioned players because they've done a great deal to support young Canadian racing drivers in the 4 decades or so they've been sponsoring professional motorsports. And with the evolution of tobacco sponsorship here in America and abroad, they may not be around for a long time in the future.
This is a farewell tour for players,
basically. And if this man, Patrick Carpentier, can hold on, it'll be the 4th win for players in 03. 3 of them from Paul Tracy, and now 1 from Patrick Carpentier, the 4th different winner in 7 rounds in the Champ Car Series this year. And there are hugs all around in the Forsythe crew pits.
Out of his rhythm and say, I've got to get by this guy. I've got to get by this guy. As long as he knows that the gap is still stable.
Hey, Paul, this is the white flag. White flag. We are plus 6.9 seconds, so be really smart here. Last lap, bring it home nice and smooth.
And I'm sure that's what the team is thinking when they say that to him. Be smart here. You got 6.9 seconds. Fernandez is going along at a reasonable clip. You don't have to get him.
And what a difference in a couple of words. It shows the maturity and the calming influence of Tony Sicali. He says, nice and easy, rather than don't do something stupid.
Should he hold on for the remainder of this lap, Paul Tracy will become the 5th different winner in the last 5 Champ Car races. At Milwaukee, Michel Jourdain. Laguna Seca, Patrick Carpentier. At Portland, Adrian Fernandez. At Cleveland, Sebastian Bourdais. And here in Toronto, it appears it will be Paul Tracy. And a crowd of some 73,000 people, predominantly pro-Canadian, will come to their feet to welcome home native son Paul Tracy from Toronto, who will win.
You are the king of Toronto, man. Great job. Yeah, that a boy. Good. Thanks, Paul. Great job. 3 guys, fantastic job. Way to go.
4th career victory, 4th win of the season for Paul Tracy, the 23rd of his career. 4 times this race has been won from pole by Michael Andretti twice, Dario Franchitti once, and Juan Pablo Montoya once. And the white flag there is a special one this weekend. It is a City of Vancouver Olympic bid flag. About 3 weeks ago, they were successful in that bid, and the 2010 Olympic Winter Games will be coming to Vancouver. And if you've never been to this great city, put it on your schedule. An absolutely fabulous place to visit, with the soaring coastal range across the harbor, the cruise ships and float planes flying in and out, fabulous restaurants, a very cool place to visit. There is Vivian, Paul Tracy's mom, who promised he would win this race just as she did 2 weeks ago. She wrote the check and her son cashed it on both occasions. This will be the 2nd win for Players Forsythe Racing on Canadian soil. 19th career win for the team. Number 24 in Paul Tracy's glittering career. And that long elusive first championship cannot be far away.
Your mom says don't screw up the donuts.
Don't screw up the donuts.
Healthy off for the donuts.
Victory for Paul Tracy. White flag this time by. There's a twitch.
Hey, Paul, white flag, bring it home.
Carpentier now 7/10 of a second, and Ryan Hunter-Reay picked up a couple of tenths. But he's only got about 2 miles of race to go. Paul Tracy can hang on. He will pick up a career-high 6th victory of the season. The single-season record in Champ Car racing is 8 wins, set by Michael Andretti in 1991 and equaled by Al Unser Jr. in 1994. It'll be the 20th win for Players Forsythe Racing, and it will give Paul Tracy a 20-point lead in the championship over Bruno Junqueira.
Bruno was the first guy to sweep every available point when he was fastest on both days and led the most laps at Elkhart Lake. And now Paul has answered back. Paul foreshadowed a little bit. He says, Bruno's starting exactly where I did last weekend.
6th place. Across the line they come. First ever 1-2 finish for players Forsythe. And a 6th seasonal victory that puts Paul Tracy back into the championship lead. Team owner Jerry Forsythe,
Great job, guys.
happy for his crew.
Hey,
Patrick. Pulled into the safety zone. Paul Tracy's teammate now out of the race with 1 lap to go.
This is still huge for Dominguez. This is still huge for him.
Some of the moves he made in Denver, you think he's close enough there?
Just don't use the brakes the whole last lap.
Those yellows are for Carpentier's car.
We did au revoir.
Green, red, and white, I think, are
for Dominguez. Hello.
Wait a minute.
Thank
Aren't they
you.
Celebrating a lap early? You do that after the checkers.
This is huge for him. That's a great team. We said it many times. They're the most improved team this season. Keith Wiggins has come here with an enormous amount of experience, including Formula One, including winning the Formula 3000 championship. There's the lady. There's the fat lady on the left side.
And Derek, last year when they were talking about adding a second car, which went to Roberto Moreno, everybody thought, now wait a minute. I mean, you guys have had middling results with 1 car. Are you ready to go for 2? Now they get 2, and they're twice as good as they were with 1.
We gave a lot of credit to Moreno to tuning up that team, but I think we probably didn't give enough credit in the early going to Dominguez's engineer, Brian Ma, who also came on board. Those two have formed a very tight bond friendship, much like the one between Paul Tracy and Tony Sekeli. In this case, though, they're very much equals. They trained together and have really brought Dominguez into a whole nother realm.
If he holds on for this victory, his 7th of the year, Paul Tracy will match the championship winning totals of Cristiano D'Amata in 2002, Juan Pablo Montoya in 1999, and Alex Zanardi in 1998. The title is not yet clinched for Paul Tracy, but he does get the victory here in Mexico City.
I'm not sure I'd stand out near there with Paul Tracy coming down.
That's Jim Swintal, longtime flagman for the series. And Mario Dominguez gets his 2nd straight podium. I believe that's the first time the team has ever done that, following up on their first ever 1-2 finish 2 weeks ago in Miami.
It's a great day for
the race.
Yep. There's the white flag, 1 lap to go. He comes down to complete the next to last lap, and the interval is 5.1 seconds. Tracy, the champion last year of the Champ Car Series, is off to a very good start in 2004, it would appear. For those of you who missed the early stages of the race, Jimmy Vasser, always a competitor and always a threat to win, was eliminated on the first lap, first turn, in a 3-car accident that also eliminated Alex Marafico and Tarso Marquis. And again, except for the times where he has come in for a pit stop, the lead during those times, Tracy has led the entire distance after starting in 3rd position and pulling a really impressive move at the start of the race to duck inside of Junqueira to take the lead. And here comes Tracy off the hairpin. And Paul Tracy wins the 30th anniversary Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. Junqueira 2nd, and Sebastian Bourdais finishes in 3rd spot. This is Tracy's 4th win at Long Beach, and here come
Carpentier and Dominguez for 4th and 5th.
Just incredible. And preternatural talent, to be sure. Tracy heading to the white flag. 1 to go at Vancouver. Let's listen in as Tracy brings that car home. Watching the battle for 2nd, here's Jourdain. Running in 2nd spot. A.J. Allmendinger, 2nd further back in the 10 car. Oh, and Jourdain overcooks it. And we'll wait here, see if Tracy does get any words from his crew, from Neil Micklewright or any of the other boys.
Both Jourdain and Allmendinger are on their push to pass right now.
They've burned it up, in fact, but you do get that final burst, maybe a little overtime. fans applauding Tracy as he goes by each grandstand here. He has dominated in car number 1 today.
Believe it or not, he probably can hear that in the car.
Last couple of corners ahead for Tracy, bidding for his 3rd Vancouver victory. And back-to-back wins from the pole.
Check a flag, Paul. You are the winner.
And here he comes with the strike of Paul Tracy. Hand in the air, collects the victory, his 2nd of the season in the Champ Car World Series. Fans on their feet, applauding their native song. The Forsythe Indycar crew very excited, and Tracy spinning donuts at the end of the front straightaway, as is his tradition here. Carpentier just putting on a clinic here today. Started on the outside pole alongside Sebastian Bourdais. Bourdais and Tracy, who lined up behind him, got caught up in an early incident. Bourdais been in trouble on pit road 2 separate times. Carpentier settled back into 3rd spot early and then 2nd. When Tracy had problems, he took over, and he has led the rest of the way. White flag in the air. J.D. Wilbur showing the field 1 to go. And Carpentier will listen and see.
Got a huge lead, okay? Nice and conservative. Is that the last lap? We still got 2. Last lap.
The reason he's asking is Pat knows this is supposed to be an 80-lap race. He's wondering why they gave him the white flag on lap 78. I'm wondering the same thing myself. Oh, never out of time. Out of time. Silly me.
As Carpentier makes it up the hill, headed toward the corkscrew one final time here today at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca. And he has backed down a 1:14.5 last time around. So it'll be the 3rd win of the season for the Indycar Forsythe Racing squad. Somebody put a tire off Mazzacani, big off through the dirt. Nearly caught the leader. What a way to have your day end on the final trip around with a huge lead. Just avoids Mazzacani. Carpentier off turn 11. Headed toward the checkered flag. Carpentier.
Way to do it.
Carpentier wins the Champ Car World Series event for the 5th consecutive season, 2nd straight year at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca. And for Dale Coyne's team, Oriol Serbia heads home in 3rd spot, and it'll be the first time in 8 seasons that a Dale Coyne car has made the podium. Roberto Moreno turned the trick at Michigan in 1996. So for Dale Coyne and his bunch,
Don't have to worry about that as the laps close down.
2.3 seconds behind leader Paul Tracy now, with 5 to go this time by. White flag being shown because of the time issue.
Couple of brave moves by Paul Tracy earlier on to take the lead from Jimmy Vasser, and he continues with the speed all day.
Last time around for Paul Tracy and the checkered flag. Paul Tracy wins his 4th Champ Car event here in Milwaukee.
Great. You can stop now. You can stop now. I lasted lap on the last lap.
You never have to cater to Paul Tracy that much. Just give him a package that's somewhere close, and you can guarantee he will absolutely drive the wheels off it. We should see him.
Okay, Baldy, that's the
there
white
it is.
flag, plus 3.5.
J.D. Wilbur getting set with the checkers for Paul Tracy. Right, telling him to be nice and smooth as they hit the backstretch. There is Allmendinger. He's got his hands full now with Oriol Serbia. Good battle for 2nd in the last lap here. Maybe we can have a look at that as we get down into the turns.
Oh, boys, look at this.
Serbia.
Serbia has come on so well. He seldom makes mistakes. We saw him off the road a little bit in practice yesterday. Did a loop. In fact, went off the road this morning in warm-up also. Can he catch AJ?
Allmendinger trying to run 2nd here. Hasn't yet been to victory lane. Allmendinger has finished 8th, 10th, 2nd at Milwaukee to Tracy, 5th at Portland. So this would be his 2nd runner-up finish of the season. Last time around, that's the entrance to pit road. Tracy in command. Heading for the checkers in Cleveland.
Beautiful job, guys. Beautiful job. Yeah, 10 foot.
Paul Tracy is your winner.
There's his wife, Patty, recently got married. Now have a house in Florida and Las Vegas. And some of the best donuts you'll ever see right here.
Tracy Allmendinger finishes second. Serbia is third. Tagliani has to settle for fourth today at the Grand Prix of Cleveland.
And Tracy's now going.
Bob Kieran, Dan, Greg Allmendinger watching from the Forsythe Indycar pit box.
And their heartbeat is as high as that being monitored in Nelson Phillips' car right now.
24-year-old A.J. Allmendinger from Denver, Colorado these days, although originally from California. There is Karen.
Oh, this is awesome. Oh, look at the tears. Look at the tears down Lynn's face.
Remember in Edmonton a year ago, you called him Allmendinger, Derek Daly.
He was a one-man crash highlight reel halfway through last season, but here's the battle for second place.
Bourdais trying, but he will not get there. Here comes Allmendinger down into the final corners. History about to be made in the Champ Car World Series. A.J. Allmendinger at age 24. His first drive for the Forsythe team. Michael Kanaan talking to him on the radio, and fourth. The Allmendinger victory has happened. A.J. Allmendinger gets it done in Portland.
An encore, topping yourself, don't start to keep blowing yourself.
That is a stunner.
You think we're going to pick up his contract?
Well, I think they might well do. There is the white flag, so just one more lap to go here in Bootlegger. Down to the inside goes Dan Clark. Right. Wheel to wheel into the corner. He gets the move, but now let's see what happens coming off the corner. No! Don't take him out. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Destructive Dan lives up to the name. Poor Mario Dominguez. He is the big loser in that. I think potential. Oh, no.
That is a tragedy for Dale Coyne Racing. There is Dale. He can't believe it. It was a great move down the inside, but for some reason, Dan tried to pinch him coming off the corner. All you've got to do is get on the power, get a clean run off the corner, and you've got it made going up to turn 3. And you stalled the engine as well. What a disaster.
Unbelievable.
And, God, this is tragic, quite frankly. Look at the frustration from Dan Clark. I'm sure with himself there, but I was just about to talk about his teammate, because Nelson just had the fastest lap of the race. But just here we are into the final corner. This is A.J. Allmendinger. 2 drives he has had, 2 weekends for Kerry Forsythe, and 2 wins. Can you believe it?
I don't know what to touch on. The fact that AJ just won the race, or what we just witnessed in corner 1, that was unbelievable. It was a good, clean move by Dan, but like you say, he pinched it a little bit on the exit, and
Tracy sliced the wing off. Justin Wilson took evasive action there as well. White flag is in the air. Greg Allmendinger watching his son from pit road.
And the pigeon cost Tracy about 0.3 of a second by the looks of it. Oh, what a day. 3 wins in a row for this little fireball, A.J. Allmendinger.
Last time Forsythe Championship Racing had a 1-2 finish, Derek, 3 seasons ago at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course.
Bourdais.
Second spot in play. Bourdais trying to put some heat on Tracy in the last couple of corners.
D'Amata is not a factor. He has dropped back now from Wilson. Tag is still 6th.
AJ's mom on pit road watching as well.
Karen is enjoying the last 3 races. That's his mom.
Oh. A.J. Allmendinger, a couple of turns from home at Exhibition Place. Unbelievable, Derek Daly. 2 turns to go. And the young driver out of California is going to win 3 in a row.
There it is. He said, pinch me and tell me this is real.
A.J. Allmendinger for Forsythe Championship Racing brings the Indycar number 7 home. A hat trick indeed for Forsythe Championship Racing. Up the backstretch heading toward 9.
Oh.
Tracy a master at watching the mirrors. Keeping the door closed, and of course he and Bourdais, there's no love lost between these two.
Bourdais goes wider. He's going to try and... No, he's not close enough.
White
not
flag,
close enough.
1 to go.
Oh, this is good stuff. Can he hang on? He sees him.
Tracy about 1.5 miles from second here.
Oh,
Bourdais looks to the outside.
Oh, he's going down.
Tracy having a problem.
No. Bourdais tried to stick his nose down the inside. He's lucky he didn't get it chopped off. That was a move that was so unconventional.
Now Bourdais got 4 seconds of Cosworth power to pass.
Set him up for the main straight. You got your push to pass.
Oh, there's the ace in his hand.
And remember, that's actually worth 10 seconds. When you hit the button, you get a full 10.
And Tracy's dead. He's already used all of his. Okay, watch the drag race. Watch
Here
the drag
comes
race.
Allmendinger. He's going to come to the checkers. A.J. Allmendinger will win his 4th race of 2006. Allmendinger is your winner.
Okay.
Now the battle's for second.
What about Tracy?
Tracy and Bourdais contesting second on the backside, and Bourdais gets by. Here's Tracy.
No!
Tracy to the inside.
Oh, he hit him.
Contact! Tracy knocks the front end off the 3-car. He's broken. He gets back on the gas. Bourdais spins the 1. He stalled it. Can Tracy creep home? Or is he dead in the water? Bourdais dead in the water. Neither of them may make it. Tracy's done. Look at him pound the steering wheel. Unbelievable. Who's going to get second? It could be Bruno Junqueira. Tracy's done. Wow. Bourdais trying to burn out, Derek. He can't get the car to move. That's Tracy climbing out. Bourdais smoking the tires over there. Let's see if we can see Bourdais. Where's Bourdais? He's out of the car and he's done.
He wants Tracy.
Oh boy, here we go again.
He wants Tracy. He wants him.
Is this a replay of San Jose?
He wants him. Don't touch him. Oh!
Now that's not something you normally see.
Hey,
Remember that Tracy's on probation.
This is championship implications for Sebastian Bourdais because Allmendinger won.
Allmendinger, your winner. Junqueira second. Dan Clark gets to the podium as the second
by
and third
8
place
car lengths
over Junqueira. Bourdais is third.
No. You'll not beat Allmendinger from that far behind on the last lap.
That Forsythe Indycar team and that 7 car with their young driver A.J. Allmendinger, they have been perfect here in the second half of the season. Flawless run today. For second spot, Bourdais trying to put a move on his teammate. Now does Bruno defend the position?
Oh, kicks up the dust, trying to defend the position.
A.J. Allmendinger rolling to victory lane after a red flag stop. Bourdais on the button.
Your dream ride, but great job with it, Hot Rod. Way to go.
A.J. Allmendinger. You heard Michael Kanaan call him Hot Rod on the radio. Allmendinger bags his 5th win of the season. His first start in the Champ Car Road America came right here.
He is going to be defenseless because he'll run out before Dornbos.
1 lap to go. Last time around, it's 2.1 miles here. Dornbos draws right up on Tracy. Now, Tracy's had a problem getting off turn 1 here. He may be a sitting duck on the last lap.
Dornbos has to figure out, when do I use my power to pass? Do I save it now, or do I use it on the next straightaway?
Couple of corners to go at Cleveland. Paul Tracy trying for his first Champ Car win in 2 years.
There's still no power to pass. There's not the flashing light on the back of the car yet. Dornbos is going to wait till he comes off of turn number 8.
Less than a lap to go at Cleveland. It gets no better than this. We are glad to have you with us on CBS Sports. The Champ Car World Series Grand Prix of Cleveland, presented by LaSalle Bank.
He should be on the power to pass now.
Not yet.
Still don't see the flashing light on the back for Dornbos.
Couple of turns to go. Why hasn't he hit the button?
Paul Tracy may have this thing.
Tracy, final couple of corners. Here comes PT headed for the line of the checkers. Dornbos, does he jump on the button? No, he doesn't. Tracy. And the checkered flag waves, and Paul Tracy somehow takes the victory in Cleveland. And the question for Robert Dornbos will be, why didn't he hit the Cosworth power to pass? He's still got 35 seconds in the bank, and he never used it. Robert Dornbos ends up second. Not that that's bad, but boy, we thought he had an opportunity to win here. Paul Tracy, an upset win. We'll be back.